Ladies and gentlemen, I believe, according to this article, House Oversight Panel plans to subpoena Hunter Biden, but not Joe at the moment. I believe that very soon they're going to send out a subpoena for testimony from Hunter Biden. I don't think that's a real stretch. I think that is going to be one of the biggest clashes, one of the greatest confrontations in American political history. And the reason is what they're going to do, what they're doing, the DOJ, is blocking testimony from Jim Jordan and James Comer because they're saying, well, we have a special counsel. We can't give you all the information and classified records and data. We have an ongoing criminal investigation, so we're not going to listen to you in terms of we're not going to abide by your requests. They can't do that. They can't do that. President Trump routinely lost battles with Congress, and the Supreme Court routinely sided with Congress, and they'll do so also, almost certainly in this case, if it goes to the Supreme Court. A special counsel is part of the executive branch. Special counsel is not part of Congress. Okay, we learned that with Mueller. The Mueller probe, the DOJ is part of the executive branch. So is the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Congress is another branch of government, and the judicial branch has routinely stated that the executive cannot hide information from Congress. So the Supreme Court has routinely stated that in its rulings that the president or the executive branch cannot hide information. Now, what they do all the time, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Honorable James Comey, and the Honorable Andrew McCabe, and all of these honorable people, they've stated via testimony, well, there's an ongoing, we can't compromise sources and methods. There's an ongoing criminal investigation. We can't talk about all the ways we're setting up and framing Trump. So when Ted Cruz asked, well, how many federal employees, let's just leave it at that, agents, were there that day, then the bureau official under oath stated, you know what? I can't divulge that information. There's an ongoing criminal investigation. So they hide. They don't tell you. Congressional, they can either plead the fifth or they can lie, which they would be lying under oath and committing perjury, so they don't want to go to prison. But they can say also, if they don't want to give you the truth, they can say, well, there's an ongoing criminal investigation, We can't comment on ongoing probes and sources and methods. This would be a clash and a confrontation that politically they couldn't stop. They plan on issuing a subpoena to Hunter Biden, according to James Comer and Jim Jordan. Within this New York Post article, House Oversight Panel plans to subpoena Hunter Biden, but not Joe. They'll probably end up trying to get Joe Biden to testify also. This will all be leading towards impeachment or beginning the process of impeachment. This is huge news, ladies and gentlemen. Share this everywhere. The issue here now is how long do Jim Jordan and James Comer and other House Republicans want to take? So it's January. How long do they want to take before they issue the subpoena and before they begin impeachment proceedings? Okay, you can already impeach Biden on the classified document scandal. Okay, you can impeach. You have enough information. Well, maybe not you have enough information on the Hunter and Joe and laptop and emails and money flow and business transactions. When you hear people try to defend, like in the daytime political channels at MSNBC and CNN, they're trying to defend Hunter and Joe. They would never give the benefit of the doubt in the manner they give to Democrats to Trump. If the tables were turned and Trump had legitimate, genuine emails from a laptop that he lost, showing that he's rewriting classified data and summarizing it into memos to obtain business deals, which is what the New York Post and the Daily Mail, the Federalist, and other publications have investigated. Okay, Ted Cruz stated, yeah, Hunter didn't write those things. So Ted Cruz, Chuck Grassley, they all want Hunter and others and Joe eventually to testify before Congress. Hit subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen, every day at 8 a.m. And that's the New York Post. I'm not making that up. That's the New York Post, this article and many others. Every day, 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. on this channel, ladies and gentlemen. Hit subscribe and be here in the mornings. And I thank you for being here in the mornings. Very, very important. 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. Go to H.A. Goodman's other channel. Hit subscribe there. Starting February 1st, I'll continue to grow that channel. I did a whole bunch of work this month, but then I, kind of lost steam. But from now on, I will have a segment that it's 8 to 10 minutes, just like here on H.A. Goodman's other channel. So you'll have a lot of videos and content every single day pertaining to all of this. I mean, all of this is leading towards impeachment, and this impeachment is going to be far more interesting and far more relevant than the impeachment of Trump, which was because of a phone conversation. They went after Trump not because of felonies. So there are felonies here with Biden and Joe. Felonies. Actually, 150 suspicious activity reports, okay, pertaining to banks and financial institutions. You have money flow, you have business deals, you have classified documents that have been repackaged into memos to facilitate business deals. Okay, what better way to do business internationally than to give information that nobody has access to? And that's a competitive advantage you have in terms of business. Okay, it also happens to be a felony and a huge crime to utilize classified data to enrich yourself. But that's almost certainly what the Bidens did, Joe Biden included. And so the reason that there's this special counsel in large part is to shield Biden from Congress. That's not going to work out. Eventually there will be an impeachment, a demand for testimony, or the Supreme Court will back Jim Jordan and James Comer. So that's not going to work out. But hit subscribe also. H.A. Goodman's other channel. My Patreon is below, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to be part of my Patreon, that is below. Your support is so greatly appreciated. $1, $5, $10. It's just so greatly appreciated because I'm completely funded by my viewers, and I just thank you so very, very much. The super thanks is below next to the like and the share buttons. And also, ladies and gentlemen, go to hagoodman.com to read my writing in The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, The Jerusalem Post, The Federalist, and other publications. So, that is going to happen sooner than later. Once the demand for testimony is formally sent out, the entire house of cards, I mean, the corruption, everything will come crashing down in terms of the attempts to block any investigation into the corruption. So they made a big deal. You have Bannon, you have other officials, they made a big deal as, oh my God, a congressional committee. And then the second they lost power, Adam Schiff said, well, we're going to have to look at the validity of the subpoena. It's like, what? There was never any chance to look at the validity of a congressional demand for testimony when Democrats were running the House. But see, they turn on a dime, ladies and gentlemen. 180 for Democrats, and I say this with love. God bless you if you're Democrat, Republican, Communist, Socialist. It doesn't matter. Trump supporter, never Trumper. I'm voting for Trump in 24. I want a record low in poverty we had in 2019, and I want peace deals that we had with Trump, much better foreign policy than 90 seconds to midnight or 60 seconds to midnight with the doomsday clock. But anyway, we are closer to the end of the planet than we've ever been in Biden's in office. Gee, maybe there's a correlation. But I say this with love, no matter who you are, God bless you. Have a beautiful and amazing 2023, and I just thank you for watching. I'm not into tribalism, although I come with a distinct viewpoint, but I don't think, I'm not giving any moral judgment here the way the wonderful morally superior on the left do. And also, there used to be the morally superior within the Bush administration, so they've taken turns pontificating, Anyway, this is going to come to a very interesting conclusion politically. There's going to be a political battle of biblical proportions because you're going to have the entire system saying one thing a couple years ago and now saying a completely different thing. Well, he doesn't have to testify. There's no reason for Hunter to testify. The entire system will go to bat for Hunter. I don't think that'll be enough, because then the Supreme Court will get involved. And it's Joe that put Hunter in that situation, really, because you have Joe Biden, who he's the reason they're giving Hunter and everyone hundreds of millions of dollars in business deals. Then comes the classified data that's repackaged for the business arrangement. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. He will testify eventually, or there will be impeachment. Give me your thoughts.